Good morning, I'm Laura. Welcome to my homestead kitchen. Today we are going to be canning a big old bowl of suckerfish. So Ed caught these fish. If you want to see this video, him and the kids caught a whole bunch of them in the creek. So if you want to see that video, I'll put the link in and you guys can go watch that. It was really fun. The kids did a great job. So today we're gonna can up this fish because we don't want it taking up room in the freezer. So we're gonna be putting it into small jars, these like half-pint jars, and we're gonna can it. And then it's just shelf stable. We can keep it in the pantry. Now this fish, if you know anything about suckerfish, I guess it's a kind of carp, but it's full of tiny bones. So you can't just fry it up and eat it. There's only a small section of each fillet that has no bones in it. So the rest of the fish is potentially just wasted if you don't know how to do this. But when you can it, all of those bones just disintegrate. And so you don't even know that they're there after it's canned. So when it's in these jars, then we just use it like we would use tuna, except it's free. We can catch so many of them around here and it doesn't cost us anything besides the fuel to go to the creek, I guess, and then whatever propane I use to can it in the canner. But we can get a lot of jars into the canner at once, so I feel like it's pretty like cost effective. And then also we know where the fish is coming from. We've caught it ourselves. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so we just use it like we would tuna. So we can put whatever spices or anything you want in each of these jars. I'll show you what I do. And can it, and then when you're ready to use it, you just strain out the juice that's in it and mix it with your mayo and onion or whatever you like to put in tuna, and you put that on your sandwich. It's pretty awesome. Yes, so we're gonna fill all the jars that it takes to use up this whole bowl of meat. The girls are gonna help me do that. Yeah, and we're gonna leave 1-inch head space at the top of each jar. So like this one's too full, Kate. You need to take out a few pieces. So like this. To let that show. Yeah, see that ring? I'll need it up to there. And then we don't put any water or anything in this because there's a lot of water in the fish. So you just put whatever spices you want and that's it. So we're gonna fill up all these jars. You can put, I know this recipe was originally from Ed's grandfather. He used to put vinegar and oil and ketchup in each jar and salt. For simplicity today, I am just gonna do a teaspoon of white vinegar in each jar. It doesn't take much because the jars are so small. And I'm gonna put salt in and that's it. You can put stuff, it's pretty good if you put stuff like, you can put liquid smoke, a teaspoon of liquid smoke in each jar. You can put dill. You can put really anything you want. Paprika, garlic powder, any kind of spices like that. But I'm gonna leave my jars really simple today because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with them when I open it. If I wanna use it in something like fish cakes or a casserole or something like that, I kind of want that neutral flavor. I don't want extra spices. So I'm only gonna put the vinegar and salt in today. But any way you wanna do it is fine. You can experiment with it and try different things. So I feel like the girls are gonna have these filled really fast. So I'm gonna get my lids ready and I'm gonna put my salt and stuff in. And we'll see you in a few minutes when I'm putting them in the canner. Okay, so the girls have all of these jars filled up for me. They did the whole bowl. So to get them ready for the canner, I'm just gonna wipe the rim with this clean cloth, damp cloth, and I'm gonna put in half a teaspoon of salt for this half-pint jar. For the full pint jar, I will use the full teaspoon of salt. And then I'm gonna put in half a tablespoon of this white vinegar in each jar. For the full pint, I'll use the full tablespoon. Yeah, and then we're just gonna put our lid on, our lid and our ring like this. And then this is gonna go in the canner. The canner, I have 4 cups of water in the bottom, and it's just turned on preheating because I know I'm almost ready to do this. So I'm gonna get all these jars ready, load up the canner, and I'll show you that. We have all of our jars ready to go in here, and this canner is hot and steaming. That doesn't really matter, but it does give us a head start. So I'm just gonna put all of these guys in and try to make it as level as possible because we have to do our second row. So try to get the same height of jars around the bottom so that we can put our next row on. Show you that. And then this is our spacer thing. Put that in, and then we'll put the next row in. Okay, so that's that. We put our lid on. There's an indentation here in the side of the canner, and then there's a little arrow here. And we try to get our lid as level as possible. So you look around all of the sides here. And then once it looks good, you can put all of these up. Put them all up, and then see, I do on two opposite sides. Twist them down tight. So then 2 opposite sides here, twist them tight. 2 opposite sides here, twist them tight. And that's all of our holder things. So now when this starts to vent out, there's gonna be steam venting out from there. So when we start to see steam venting out from here, we time it for 7 minutes. Once it reaches 7 minutes, we will put our gauge on, our weighted gauge, and then this has to go to 10 pounds pressure. When it hits 10 pounds pressure, we will time it for 90 minutes and try to keep the temperature at 10 pounds pressure. And then when 90 minutes is up, we turn off the heat and wait for that pressure gauge to go to 0. So I'll be back when I show you the steam escaping. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but the steam is steadily going up here. I'm gonna put on my weight. So this is what it looks like. And we have, it says 15, 5, and 10. 15, 5, 10. So you put it on whatever hole you want. Like I want it on 10 pounds pressure. So I put it on the 10, and then when this gets to 10 pounds pressure, then I start my timer for 90 minutes, okay? Okay guys, you can see that this is up to 10 pounds pressure, and this is kind of exhausting. Probably hear that. So it'll do that when it gets like there's too much pressure, so it's gonna release a bit and keep it at 10 pounds. So I'm gonna turn that down, the stove down, so that we're not hearing that as much. It's pretty noisy. As long as you turn it down, not too much that it drops far below 10 pounds pressure. You want it to stay up at 10 pounds. So just find that heat that you want it at on your own stove. Yeah, so we're gonna time this now for 90 minutes and then shut off that heat. So this has been on for 90 minutes, so I'm just gonna shut it off now. And when this pressure gauge gets down to 0, there's no more pressure left in here, then we will take the weight off and we can open this up and take our jars out. You can let this just sit and cool down completely. You don't have to take the jars out right away, but say you're needing to do another load in the canner or something, just make sure this pressure gauge is way down to 0 before you take the weight off. Otherwise, this is still under pressure, right? So you don't want to take that off before it's down to 0. Yeah, so we're gonna let this come down to 0 and we'll take our jars out and we'll show you what that looks like. Okay, it's been a while since I was here, so this is definitely cooled down. Like I can just touch it now. So I'm gonna take off my weight and then we're gonna open these guys up. Sometimes they're so stuck. There we go. Okay. Just want to show you guys what it looks like. So that is our fish. So you can see, like, I didn't put any liquid in there besides that little bit of vinegar. And all of that liquid is just from the fish. So yeah, that's our canned suckerfish. So we're gonna enjoy that fish on whatever casserole we want or sandwiches for our fast lunch that we know is healthy and packed with protein. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.